Hey team, welcome into the Warriorholic. It's been a little while, but feeling pretty refreshed here even after a hard couple of weeks here in Japan. Decided to take a few minutes to reflect on what's been going on with the club since I've been away. I haven't been completely away from social media. I've still been keeping an eye on all the forums and X and the like to see what's going on and sharing a few thoughts. But this is the first time I've had a chance to sit back, take a bit of a video in a while. So I wanted to kind of reflect on what we've seen going on with the Warriors over the past couple of weeks and get your guys' thoughts as well. First and foremost, it's great to see the boys back at pre-season training. Not all of them, but a lot of them back there. Particularly excited to see that Jazz, RTS and Chanel have actually been back early. They got back there a couple of weeks before everyone else starting to do the extras. I'm really excited to see how those three go next year. My man Jazz, everybody knows he's my favourite Warrior. RTS just looking like an absolute specimen as always. He looks excited to be back. He looks like a freshman, bouncing with energy, but still having that experience and explosiveness. Can't wait to see what he adds. Chanel, really interesting one there. All sorts of talk about where he might end up. Does he become a backup hooker? Does he play a lock role? Does he play a similar role to Ciro? For me, I won't discount him as a potential option at 6 come round 1. I love his left foot kicking game. He's so strong on defense. He's creative. He's sound. He has experience playing with SJ. But all he really needed is a consistent shot. Got shifted around. Had so many different partners during COVID that I think hindered his performance. So I'm not going to discount him. But he's up against the explosive X Factor in Metcalf and that calm sort of creative play that Tamati Martin goes with. Who knows which one of those three gets the nod? But don't discount the brother CHT. With all the other boys coming back in now, it's great to see how lean and fit they're all looking. No one looks like they've been on extra rounds of cheeseburgers, which we have seen in the past. Guys coming back, 10, 15 kgs overweight and having to start from a minus. But hey, Webby's obviously instilled a decent work ethic in these boys, charging, so they'll be able to start working on the footy-focused stuff from early on, not just charging up and down the hills. So well done, boys. We're proud of your effort, and we're really looking forward to an injury-free off-season and looking forward to seeing you boys add some new layers that makes you even more competitive. And when we look at the news, the last time I posted was about my initial reaction to AFB making that announcement. Like everyone, it hit me like a bloody brick. Love that guy. He's one of those rare players we've had at the Warriors in recent times who's a genuine top in his position. He'd be first choice in any club. Always gave me pride and confidence that he was the cornerstone of our pack. So it was shocking to hear the initial announcement, but I completely understand, given his reasoning, that his parents aren't well. I spent half my life over here in Japan. I spent a long time away from my parents. My mum passed away while I was here, out of the blue. Always wish I'd had a chance to be around her when she did pass away. My dad got crook, had a sick heart, a few years back. I made the decision to pack my whole family up and move back to New Zealand. Hindered my business, cost me a fortune, but I'll never regret it. My kids got to spend quality time with their granddad before he passed a year or so back. So, it's business, it's a sport we love. He's on big money, but family's got to come first. So I'm behind you, AFB. I'd love it if you're here next year. If things happen that you end up going and you're not with us, thank you for everything you've done for us. You've been a rock. It's been a pleasure watching you. But I know if you are here next year, even if your heart's still back with your parents, you'll give it 100%. And I know the boys have got your back as well. So I hope the fans accept that and understand that and support you all the way. Family's got to come first. The other one, Capewell. Well, that came out of the blue. I had a feeling the Broncos may look to move him on. They've got to make cap room to upgrade guys like Walsh and Mann and the like. They've got a pretty solid young up-and-coming back row there. Capewell would probably be on some big coin there, given that he left the premiership winning team to go up there that wasn't, in a great state. Probably played overs to get him there. So, there's every chance they'll probably take care of a bit of his cap if we do get him. Either way, I trust that he'll be coming for the right reasons. I'll trust he'll want to play for Webby. And I trust that Webby will be able to judge his reasons for coming. And they'll be genuine. I don't expect him to be one of those players who comes over here for a retirement plan. I don't think we'll pay him overs. And if we get him at a good deal, he's going to be a tide riser. Recent premiership winner, played in a bloody good Broncos team last year. state of origin rep, all those things you need to mentor those young back rowers we've got coming through. So I'm excited if that does happen, particularly if he's here next year, fills that hole that Curran and Ciro leave. But I think we still have a few questions. You know, this is one thing I'm really enjoying about this off-season is generally by this time of year, fans have started to peter out and they'll maybe shift away from the game for a while. Last year was a bit different because we had so many positive changes. People kept talking throughout the break, but go back 2 years when we only had Aaron Penney coming, there wasn't much going on in Warriors forums at this time of year. People were trying to make up discussions, but I think in this year, there's so many positive possibilities for 24 with RTS coming back in, who matches with him in the or pairs with him in the centre there. Chanel, how does he fit into the equation? How does our starting lineup look? How do we structure our bench? So many options that people have all got an opinion, like myself. Amateurs giving it our best to try and figure out how the calculation will go. What layers will Webby look to add? What type of game plan will they play to try and take it to the next level? Make sure we get top 4 again. Make sure we can compete with the Broncos and the Panthers. So many fun questions to ask, and I'm just really stoked to see the positive discussions continue to go in the forums. Much more balanced, much less toxic bullshit going on this year, even though there's still the odd comment there going on about AFB or whatever, which I don't like. But hey, it's definitely an improvement on what we saw a couple of years ago. So, where do you guys reckon AFB ends up? Who do we end up getting in return? I know there's not a lot out there in the genuine quality prop guys coming off contract, but shit, AFB wasn't coming off contract. He's going. Things happen in rugby league. Capewell wasn't, no one thought he was going to turn up at a new club for 2024. People's situations change. We're going to have well over $1 million that's freed up when AFB does go. So to be surprised, you'll be surprised what we could actually get with that. What happens with Tohu? Does he play on past 24? If he leaves, that's about $2.4 million we're going to have freed up from Tohu and AFB. You can do a lot with that, guys. We're not going to get like for like, but we can definitely add some quality. So I'm really excited. Can't wait to see all these boys develop from the the younger squads. Amazing to see some of the quality talent they've already signed on for the junior teams. If I'm honest, what I'd love for Christmas, I'd love 3 things. 1, for the boys to go through pre-season without any injury worries. 2, I'd love my man Jazz to have an injury-free 2024 and just smash that bench impact middle role. And I'd love Zion Maya to somehow end up on the bench come round 1 and just have a massive debut season, that he cements a role in that top 17 every week and starts to have like a David Fafita impact with that way he runs and hits the line, his speed and agility for his size. That'd be a dream for me. What about you guys? Let me know. What are you thinking? Who takes AFB's place? Who might we still be after? Who could come and replace AFB in a trade? And what would you love from a Warriors Christmas? But for now, up the mighty Wars. Let's go. All in. Excited for 2024.